Good evening, Cameron families. This is Dana Wyckoff and my beautiful partner,
Kim May.
Yes, and we are going to come to you tonight with some more reading hot topics. And tonight we're going to be reading chapter 11. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see how this story ends. Oh my goodness. Well, you know, our story that we've been reading, this is a fiction text. And fiction means that it is what?
Some fiction could really happen in real life, but it's a made-up story. The
Made up.
author had an idea and made up a story.
And I told my children in first grade, it's kind of like a make-believe story, which
Yes.
is exactly what Miss May was saying. So this is not a real story, but I want to show you and make a connection about the animals that we have that Zoe has in the zoo, because, or she interacts with in the zoo, because you can make that connection to nonfiction, and nonfiction means real.
True.
Miss May, do
Yes.
you know how many, what the percentage is of on the EOG of nonfiction that's asked of our students?
I
You know
think
that?
I think it's at least half and half, and I
Agreed.
think the nonfiction could actually be a little higher.
I agree totally. I think that most of our EOGs are nonfiction, and nonfiction is so hard. Why? Because there's so many facts, and we just can't remember them all. So if we start at an early age and start making those connections between fiction books that we're reading and nonfiction books, then our nonfiction text will be easier to understand. Here is
Exactly.
one that we checked out at Cameron Library on lions, and this is a nonfiction text. It is full of facts about lions. Look at that. Oh my goodness. When we go to the zoo and have our awesome zoo trip, I bet we can make nonfiction text connections there. And we will, because we're going to see live zebras, and we're going to see all the African animals that most of them are in our book that we read. So when you make those connections of nonfiction to a fiction story, it's so beneficial for your student.
So it's almost like the animals we've been reading about in The Lonely Lion Cub are going to come to life
Exactly.
at the zoo.
Exactly.
I can hardly wait.
Exactly. And when I read it to my family, I asked my daughter, I said, Alyssa, why don't you look up 3 lion facts? What did we do? We Googled it, and we looked up 3 lion facts, and she learned something that she did not know before about lions. Maybe how they live in prides,
Yes.
what lions really eat, all of these good things that we can figure out about them. So nonfiction, oh my gosh, is super important. Anytime that you can make a nonfiction connection between a fiction book and a nonfiction book, please try and do that as much as you can, because it's really going to help your student. And we hope you have a good night.
Good night.
Yes.